said I'd fight anybody on God's green earth on the White House card just to get that opportunity to fight in front of my, my hero, Donald Trump, and all the great politicians that I'm friends with up in DC. They're upsetting their hardcore fan base. Whatever, we're just going to throw shit at the wall and we're going to tell everybody it's flaming yawn. It's completely the opposite of what they promised the fans. They said, hey, we're going to give you guys the biggest and best event the UFC's ever had. We're going to put 6 or 7 title fights on this card. Where's the 6 or 7 title fights? And they just had me sitting around for the last 14 months doing nothing. They haven't offered me one fight. Like, they're supposed to be offering me 3 fights a year by contractual law. I'm not trying to get into a suing match or a pissing match, but it's just not fair to me. They're treating me like an employee right now because I tried to go wrestle and do a jiu-jitsu match against Arman. They said no. They're treating me unfairly, and I'm sick of it, man. They've done me dirty my whole career. I've been treated like shit, and I've tried to play the company role, but I'm just over it, man. They're trying to ice me out. It's been 15 months. What do you want me to do? You just want me to sit here and just twiddle my thumbs and play with myself? Like, what the f am I supposed to do to earn money, dude? I want to pay my bills, man. I have a lot of bills. It just sucks, man. I feel so disrespected by the company after everything I've done for them. Put my, the company on my back for the events that I promoted, sold out, Madison Square Garden, top 10 gates all time. What I did in Brazil, putting my life on the line for their company to make them money when I was getting paid peanuts, 30 grand when, I made them tens and hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, Hunter's hated me from the start. He's never liked to deal with me, but he's had to deal with me because I was their biggest star in the welterweight division. Dude, it's the most frustrating thing in the world, dude. I get stopped, 10, 20 times a day, every day. People are like, when's your next fight? When's your next fight? Why aren't you fighting? I just think that the UFC, they're checked out, man. They got the $8 billion from Paramount. They don't care about putting on the best exciting fights. They're getting guaranteed money. So they'd rather stick out a guy out there that's making 10 and 10 than stick a guy out there like me who makes big.
Colby Covington recently exploded at the UFC after discovering he wasn't included on the prestigious White House card. During an appearance on Submission Radio, Covington delivered a passionate tirade against the promotion, expressing frustration over being excluded from this historic event. The welterweight contender also revealed the personal toll this situation has taken, explaining that without scheduled fights, he's unable to generate income and is facing financial difficulties.
Yeah, I didn't really care, to be honest, who it was. Obviously, the Colby fight made sense. And the negotiations were interesting. My communication with the UFC was that they wanted to fight with Colby, and they told me that they offered him the fight, and they told him that, hey, if you want to be on the White House card, you got to fight Bo. And, that's the fight. So they said basically you have a choice between being on the White House card and fighting Bo, or you're not on the card. And he decided that he didn't want to, fight me, and it was worth it to him to not be on the card, to not fight me. I think that they definitely could have paid him more money. I don't think they probably were wanting to pay more money. I'm sure for him, he's thinking, all right, I'm probably not going to win this fight. I need to get a payday to make this happen. And so, I'm sure the UFC said, hey, this is your contract. This is what you're getting paid. I doubt they wanted to pay him any more. And so I understand his position, as a businessman wanting to, get your worth and get your value. I think that at the same time, the opportunity to compete at the White House is something you have to factor in a little bit, maybe,
However, new information has emerged contradicting Covington's claims about being overlooked. If you're finding this content valuable, please show your support by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and hitting the notification bell to help us expand our reach. Returning to our story, recent revelations from the Pound for Pound podcast featuring Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo shed light on the real situation. Bilal Muhammad disclosed that Covington was indeed presented with a fight opportunity for the White House card, but chose to decline the matchup, explaining his absence from the event.
What a matchup for the middleweight title.
Fun card, and obviously the main event is the fight that people have been waiting for a long time. Strickland looked incredible in his last performance, and, how much security do you think we're going to need from Chimaev?
Quite a lot, Danny. You need to hire some extra people because Sean Strickland, as you know, the man's a maniac, but he deserves this shot.
This past Thursday marked a monumental moment as UFC CEO Dana White unveiled what could be considered the year's most significant announcement. White revealed a series of marquee main event matchups that will fill cards leading up to the highly anticipated Freedom Fights 250 event scheduled for the White House in Washington, D.C. The crown jewel of these announcements is undoubtedly the middleweight title bout between Hamza Chimaev and Sean Strickland, a highly anticipated clash that combines championship stakes with personal animosity, set to headline UFC 328 in Newark, New Jersey.
Press conference is going to be at the Lincoln Memorial. The way that the White House is laid out, you got the White House, you got the South Lawn, and then there's a road, and then the Ellipse is a park that's right there. We're going to be ticketing 85,000 people in the Ellipse, and the tickets are free. And we'll announce how we're going to be giving them away soon. You should plan on going to Washington, D.C. for this event. There's going to be all kinds of activations in the Ellipse. There's going to be music, and you can actually sit in the park and watch the fight on the screens, but you'll actually see the whole setup. It's right there. Unique, cool experience for fight fans, a one of one.
85,000 tickets, you're not charging for a single one.
No charge. 85,000 tickets. We'll announce soon how you get them or how you apply for them. And they're all free.
Beyond the marquee middleweight championship bout, Dana White confirmed 3 additional main event spectacles for the coming months. The promotion will showcase rising featherweight sensation Movsar Evloev against seasoned veteran Arnold Allen on May 16th at the UFC Apex, representing a well-earned elevation for Evloev, who has dominated 6 consecutive opponents while providing Allen a quick turnaround following his competitive setback against Gene Silva. UFC's return to Macau, China on May 30th will feature bantamweight contender Song Yadong facing former flyweight champion Davison Figueiredo, with Yadong looking to rebound from his title shot loss to Sean O'Malley at UFC 324, while the 38-year-old Figueiredo desperately needs a victory after suffering 3 defeats in his last 4 outings, following his dominant loss to Umar Nurmagomedov. The final revealed main event pairs Bilal Muhammad against Gabriel Bonfim on June 6th in Las Vegas, Nevada, where Muhammad seeks to end a 2-fight skid following competitive decision losses to Jack Della Maddalena and Ian Gary that snapped his impressive unbeaten streak, while the ascending Brazilian Bonfim rides a 4-fight winning streak highlighted by his spectacular knockout victory over Randy Brown in his main event debut last November. White also announced that tickets for the historic White House card will be completely complimentary for attendees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you excited for the White House card? That looks really good.
Yes. I'm excited. It sounds crazy. I know it's going to be very high security and high stress and weird to have a fight at the White House in the middle of a war. But I would hope the war will be sorted out by June, but quite honestly, I'm not confident that that's going to be the case.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so that would be weird.
Yeah.
Having this very high profile event where everybody's in one place at one time right there.
I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not excited to be there?
Well, that seems like
Yeah.
seems like you're asking for.
Holy sh! I hadn't thought of that at all.
How could you not think of that?
Well, because
Literally
I'm
at
not
the
going to
White
be
House.
there. You're the one that has to think of it. I was just like, this is a great lineup. I look forward to the fights.
Yeah.
I was hoping for the White House card, Dana would do something, pull John Jones out of the bag.
I was hoping that as well. Yeah, I was hoping that as well. Yeah, I don't know why that didn't happen. I mean, there's John's version, there's the UFC's version. I don't know what was the stumbling block there. Pereira versus John Jones would be the fight. It didn't, a title doesn't mean anything. You could do the BMF heavyweight version.
Joe Rogan has voiced significant apprehensions regarding the upcoming UFC White House event and its potential security implications. The longtime UFC commentator expressed particular concern about the safety protocols surrounding this unprecedented event, especially considering current geopolitical tensions that could potentially impact American territory. Recent FBI warnings to California law enforcement agencies regarding possible Iranian drone attacks on the West Coast as retaliation for recent U.S. military strikes have heightened these concerns. Given his role as the UFC's primary commentator and expected presence at the event, Rogan addressed these security worries during a recent episode of his podcast.
What's going on, boys? It's Mighty. Okay, this right here is absolutely bullshit. I just got done doing a Mighty cast with Joshua Vaughn, and this news came to me from the producer. Guys, my black ass is retired. I'm never coming back to compete ever again. If I do, it'll be for IBJJF. And even then, only train 1 day a week. And another thing, shame on the promoter. Shame on the promoter who's out there trying to pitch fights to other athletes when they know my black ass retired. And Muhammad Mokayev, just text me, brother. They lied to you. I just sent you a DM. Get back to me and we'll, let people know who this asshole is who's spreading lies. Also,
Demetrius Johnson has firmly dispelled speculation regarding a potential matchup with rising contender Muhammad Mokayev, following Thursday reports from MMA outlet Home of Fight claiming that Mokayev had received and accepted an offer to face the former flyweight champion. Johnson swiftly refuted these claims. The legendary fighter categorically denied the reports as completely false information and emphasized his firm commitment to remaining retired from active competition, reaffirming his decision to permanently step away from fighting.
Then we get a call that says, hey, if we can make a fight, you can fight Islam or Gaethje, right? And we actually said, let's take Islam. We would love to fight Islam because remember, guys, it's not about picking an opponent because one is harder or easier or scared or not scared. Money's involved. And the bigger the fight, the more money it is. And so we wanted to make the most amount of money, right, that we possibly could. So we were focused on getting an Islam fight. So then Wednesday I got asked, would you guys want to do this or that? And we said, absolutely. They gave us a number. We said, absolutely not. And then we didn't hear anything after that. The money that was offered was like small. It was more like, if this fight could happen, here's the numbers. Are you guys down for it? And we're like, not at those numbers.
Recent clarifications have emerged regarding Ilia Topuria's manager Malki Kawa's previous statements about negotiations for a potential White House card bout between his fighter and lightweight champion Islam Makhachev. Kawa's initial comments suggested that Team Topuria's financial demands led the UFC to withdraw their offer and instead schedule Topuria against Justin Gaethje for the featherweight title defense.
Ну, не было такого, что слишком жестко обошлись или там несправедливо, такого не было, да?
Не. Я не знаю, почему Дана говорит отрицательно насчет меня, но у меня с ними все хорошо, и никаких там внутренних интриг у меня нету с ними.
Вот, честно говоря, я думал, ты обратишься к Дане, не знаю, в очередной раз, сейчас уже тем более на эмоциях после победы.
У меня нет ничего к нему обращаться. Во-первых, я с ним не веду переговоры, я веду переговоры с Хантером, и он все бои организовывает, которые я дерусь. Но, наверное, Дана просто дает согласие от боев. Как бы матчмейкер это у нас Шон Шелби, потом идет Хантер, который уже задает. И мне Дане нечего сказать, мне только надо сказать Хантеру, чтобы он мне дал. И мы сегодня утром разговаривали, и он мне сказал приблизительно дату, когда я буду драться.
Kawa has since provided additional context to clarify the negotiation timeline and circumstances. According to his updated explanation, the UFC actually returned with an improved financial offer, prompting Topuria's team to once again request the Makhachev matchup, only to be informed that the lightweight champion was dealing with an injury at that time. Kawa elaborated on social media, stating that while they initially rejected both fight offers due to inadequate compensation, when the promotion returned with better terms, their request for the Islam fight was declined due to the champion's injury status, leaving Gaethje as the sole available option. Meanwhile, Arman Tsarukyan appears to have secured a date for his highly anticipated return to competition. Despite remaining active in various grappling competitions and pursuing alternative ventures outside the UFC, Tsarukyan has been patiently awaiting his next official promotional booking. UFC President Dana White recently expressed displeasure with Tsarukyan's participation in ADCC events, making his dissatisfaction with the lightweight contender's extracurricular activities publicly known. However, during a recent interview with Red Corner MMA, Tsarukyan responded to White's criticism by expressing confusion over the negative comments and maintaining that his relationship with the UFC remains positive. The Armenian fighter also revealed recent communication with UFC matchmaker Hunter Campbell, confirming that a date has been established for his next Octagon appearance.
I don't understand. I did nothing wrong to you. You know that I can't play, I can't run, I can't hang out with friends outside, I can't do a bunch of stuff.
Following his conversation with UFC officials, Tsarukyan took to Instagram to deliver a direct message aimed at Dana White regarding their relationship and future collaboration.
One axe kick with Volk and it's game over.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Sure.
What does that mean?
No, I mean, if they give me a fight with Volkanovski, I just...
Where did this come from? Where does this talk with Volkanovski come from?
Because he said he would cut to 145.
Yeah, because the division...
You said that to the UFC?
Yeah, because division, there is no big names, and like, if they put me in, like, I'll stay there do maybe 3-4 fights there and then go up on my division.
But Arman, you really believe one axe?
No, he doesn't believe that.
I do believe.
No,
that.
you don't.
Yes, he does. I talked to him about this all night.
Oh, like this.
Hey, listen, I'm going to stick up for my guy Volkanovski here. You know what I'm saying? The man's fight IQ is ridiculous. Diego Lopez couldn't get anywhere near him.
During his appearance on the Jackson podcast, Tsarukyan made an audacious claim about his striking capabilities, boldly stating that he possesses the ability to knock out Alexander Volkanovski with a single axe kick technique. Here's our compilation of the 3 most entertaining memes circulating online recently, taking the bronze medal position. Our 3rd place meme comes courtesy of content creator Mark, showcasing his comedic take on current MMA happenings. Claiming the silver medal spot, our runner-up meme was crafted and shared by Latin Imperial, delivering another hilarious perspective on the fighting world. Earning the gold medal and our top spot, the #1 meme was created and posted by Marcus Cross, providing the most entertaining content of this week's collection. That wraps up today's coverage of the latest MMA developments, so please show your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel for consistent daily MMA content, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for more updates.